What is going on YouTube? Hayden here, and in today's episode, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Solana, as well as Bitcoin, VONG, and the S&P 500. VONG is the Russell 1000 for those that don't know. We're starting to see a correction right now take place on VONG and even the stock market. I think reason being is because we're nearing overbought. Even though interest rates are coming lower, it's already been what I think priced into the markets here. People already knew that, and we are now starting to see descent only short term because we have become overbought, and in order for us to continue to go higher, we need to cool off just a hair. For example, right here we were overbought, and you can see we needed a pullback. Overbought, needed to pull down. We had some, price manipulation, whatever you want to call it here, but inevitably it did cause the markets to move up. I want to redo that now. It won't let me. Oh my gosh. Essentially do that. So we needed the markets to cool off in order to head higher, and that is exactly what we did. We cooled off a bit, and boom, look at that price rally. Unbelievable. Last time we were trading at 41 was all the way here, and look at the price difference. Look at the price difference. So this is huge. This is good news. We're looking to see something similar within crypto, but if you watched yesterday's episode, actually, was it yesterday that I made a video? I don't believe it. Well, I guess yesterday. I think so. Now I'm drawing a blank. It was for certain right here. The reason we saw lots of this correction is because stock market is overbought. That's what we were talking about here. Because VONG is overbought, because S&P is overbought, it's going to cause the rest of the cryptos to dip down to more than likely. Correlation isn't always causation, but in recent times, it's usually the culprit for correction. When the stock market sees big pulls downwards here, it typically pulls the price of cryptos too. Why? Because now their hands are tied with each other for the most part. But with that being said, smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's get right into today's episode. So guys, before we dive into the technical analysis, remember BYDFI, Nope, tomorrow is the last day, October 31st. You have a chance to get up to $2,000 in free bonus cryptocurrency. Super easy, super simple. For whale traders or normal traders, it doesn't matter. You can earn up to $2,000 in free bonus crypto. I've taken advantage of some of it. I have some bonus crypto. I have a little bit left, $800 here to trade around with here. Basically, what you trade off of that, you can keep, which is super cool. So you can't keep the 800. Essentially, like you can't withdraw that, you do keep it, but anything earned off that, you can withdraw completely free. So moving forward and looking at the current coin market cap, you can see we're trading at 34 on the fear and greed. We are seeing consolidation pretty much across the board for most all of these cryptocurrencies. Consolidation right here, consolidation here, consolidation here. Like everything is, for the most part, dipping a little bit lower, pulling a little bit further down. Not too bad, not really something to complain about or get worried about here. We are still what I think is undervalued for the time being here with, the market cap heading a bit lower, with the fear greed index a bit lower, with the average crypto RSI. It's actually leaning more, you can see, towards oversold than overbought. Like we have tons of potential and tons of room to swing back to the upside if we decide to do that. Like we have so much clearance and so much room now compared to previous times in history that I'm really not concerned at all with possibilities of seeing that run. Now, I'm starting to notice there might be some sort of uptrend that we could probably draw on some of these cryptos. Check out Solana here. I'm going to remove this because I think we already know where that target is, but look. That is without a doubt a downtrend. And now we might even be able, or an uptrend, we might even be able to see a downtrend too. Going to remove this because that is gone for right now. There's definitely some sort of symmetrical triangle playing out right here in the short term. Probably can confirm that on Solana's 4-hour. We sure can. You can see here we fell, and this is not necessarily a good thing. We fell into it and are creating a symmetrical triangle, lower highs, higher lows. Typically how these enter is how these exit. We entered bearish. We're probably going to exit bearish. Now, we are oversold or nearing oversold in the short term, which could cause correction like this. Short-term swing to the upside. So if you guys want to take advantage of this trade, more than likely, we're going to see us rebound off here. It's very unlikely that we fall. We have 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, and then we have that fifth one, and then we should see that dip. So I think it's a bit too early to see that, but more than likely, I would suspect to see a reversal on that. We could take advantage of trades like this on BYDFI, the #1 cryptocurrency leveraging exchange that I like to use here on the channel, because BYDFI lets me buy long, sell short, leverage trade, create stop losses, take profits. Every single thing you'd want on an exchange is offered on BYDFI, which is super cool if you ask me. So definitely make sure to take advantage of them with the link down in the description below. They also have this free bonus crypto that they do pretty much all the time. I mean, not specifically this, but they do promos all the time. So I highly recommend you check them out, and definitely, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so you can stay up to date with free promos that they do. Even on other exchanges, we like to arbitrage. But I have been using BYDFI for honestly half a decade now, which is crazy to think how much time has gone by in the crypto space here. And they've been around with no issues. Any small little hiccups they have, they correct. They're really big on brand loyalty, so definitely make sure to check them out. Moving forward from Solana here, let's see if that same thing, no, that's different. It's definitely different on XRP than it is on Solana here. You can see, if anything, XRP has started an ascent. We have an uptrend here. The downtrend, not so much. Like, I don't have much of a downtrend. We're definitely creating this higher low pattern here, heading to the upside. We rebounded off support here and are now climbing up higher. I actually think, if all goes well, we should be able to climb this up with a target of 272. Solana, very similar, should be climbing this up as well. So I think short term, very short term, I would suspect some of these cryptos to start heading up. Now, this is much more high risk, not so much conservative, but some of you guys are super aggressive with your trading. So consider this. We are moving up, more than likely not going to break through here. We're probably going to move up a little bit higher. So a very quick get in, get out scenario, short term. I think we're going to be able to capitalize on this as Bitcoin or XRP starts to near like $2.63, because there's a good chance it's going to go even higher than that. Probably playing this out, it's inside a much larger descending fractal here, lower high, lower lows, filling in this gap here, and we're probably going to come up to here. Whether we break down or break up is something we'll figure out later, but inevitably we're probably going to head up to that, so we can at least make that decision, and that we can capitalize on. But moving forward from XRP and Solana here, you could see Ethereum trading inside its ascending broadening wedge here. As we fill in this gap, we have come into contact with a support, which is interesting. Trying to draw some resistances or try to discover some new technical indicator. It's a bit harder to do, I'll be honest with you. Trying to find it. Maybe we have to shift things to make it look like this. Not entirely sure. I'm going to delete this for right now. I don't think it's as necessary. And you can kind of see us basically getting squeezed. Bears are winning, and we're just holding on for dear life on this moving average here. The goal is hopefully we can break through it and head up, but anything can happen at this point. But I do think all the markets are in a position where they could reverse upwards, like they could swing up, and I think it's going to happen. I think all these look fairly short-term bullish. Now, it's weird to think, because we have like crypto, the stock markets that could be heading lower. But again, good news came out. The only reason we're seeing a subtle retracement on Vong in the S&P is so that we, in my opinion, could head up higher. So even if we flatline out, consolidate, pretty much end up where we started from, this is much longer. This is like the end of November. It'll slowly allow us to head higher. Same thing with Vong. I really do believe it should allow us to eventually head back up. And then we'll see things like Ethereum, the rest of these. I mean, that's much later. This is much later over here, but I think short term we should head up as well. I mean, to get up to this level is like November 7th. That's next week. So I think by then we should be heading up. Vong and the S&P are a little bit slower here, so it might be a short-term correction or just more consolidation. We could even pan out like this for a week, and that would lower us probably down to 50 on the RSI. So we don't look half bad. We really, really don't look half bad. Bitcoin looks good too. You can see rejection off here, but we're in an ascending broadening wedge, so things are a bit more difficult to pinpoint exactly. Maybe an uptrend's forming. It's very difficult to tell because there's only like 2 points of confirmation. Maybe something like this. Again, too early to tell what could happen here. Just seeing consolidation, rejection off moving average. I think we've hit that bottom though, and we'll fill it in more because that's what all the other cryptos are doing. But we'll see. And then I think the same thing, a little bit more of healthy pullback, healthy consolidation on the markets here, and then we'll head up higher. But with that being said, smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.